we gotta let the bald eagles rip a little bit. What's going on, YouTube fans? This is Steven here. Wednesday night, we're over at Renegade Hot Rods. We got the ls1 sitting on the stand, ready to be torn down, cleaned up, and get some of these new great parts from Holley Performance on it. We're gonna be mating this to the American Powertrain T56 Magnum, the old T56, which is over here. The synchros were going on, it had a few issues. We're gonna definitely put something in that can handle the power from all these great Holley Performance parts that we're gonna be putting on. We wanna make sure we can use the car and use it the way we really wanna use it without something like the transmission failing again after we fix it. So we're gonna talk about some of the things that we're gonna be doing to the ls1 right now. Obviously here it is here, really dirty and grimy. So we have a brand new Holley oil pan to go on there. We'll get that off. The coil packs are all gonna come off. We have new valve covers, new valley cover to go on. They're gonna be really nice, dress it up a little bit. We're gonna pull the water pump off and the accessory drive to clean it up. And while we have this off, Matt's gonna weld up the fitting here for the AN fitting for the upper rat hose. We'll obviously swap out this piece here for the lower rat hose. We'll get it all cleaned up and get it ready. We're gonna obviously degrease it, tear it all down. We have the new engine mounts we're gonna put on. So let's get into it. Let's stop talking and start ripping this thing down and getting it cleaned up and show you how we do it. So Matt's degreasing right now, spraying everything down, try to break up some of that gunk, some of all the debris and dirt on there. Obviously you can see that we have everything pretty much taped off at this point with some duct tape.
Spark plug's still in.
The spark plugs are obviously still in, very important. Oil filter's on still. We taped up all the intake and exhaust ports, taped up all the sensors, so everything's pretty much sealed up.
Good.
Cool. So obviously a little different than when we started out. We degreased it, closed all the ports off, and scrubbed it a little bit, and then power washed it like we saw. You can see it looks pretty clean. Almost like a different motor almost. So pretty simple. A few dollars on some chemicals. We just use a degreaser, spray on, pretty simple. A little wire brush. simple electric power washer. Looks a lot better. So now it's ready to be dried off. We're gonna paint it black. Take the water pump off. That's gonna weld that fitting on before we paint it. And we're gonna paint it black. But before we do that, obviously we need it to be dry. Insert matte.
You know it's serious when you got a turbo button.
Dude, the turbo blower. And this right here, my friends, is what a blown LS looks like. But getting it back inside. So we're ready to paint it. We're gonna do some primer and we're gonna pull off the water pump here, and Matt is gonna cut this off and then weld on that fitting for the AN setup. We're gonna pull the whole accessory drive off when we do that anyway, so for the paint. So let's get it going. So what we did here was we taped off the intake ports, get the intake, put it on. Being we're gonna paint the motor black, we don't want any silver being seen here, and we taped it off for the gaskets. So you put the intake on, come in here with the marker, as you can see there, and we mark it off with the intake on. Once we'll pull the intake off, and now you can see that we're all traced out. So get an X-Acto knife, come back in, and take off the areas that are not going to be covered by intake, which is here, obviously there, so forth and so on. And then we'll paint it. And this will give us a template so when you put the intake on, you won't see any silver, but the gaskets will all sit on the bare metal. There we go, everybody. All blacked out. Still drying, but it's going to be like a satin black. It's going to look really good. Pretty simple overall. Not much money to be spent on something like this, but you can see a little bit of time, a little bit of elbow grease can make all the difference. So that's it for this video. How to black out your LS with a whole lot of America in the background. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment on our YouTube channel. Like I said, we are picking winners for officially licensed LSX gear on every video. Somebody's gonna win some free gear, so all you gotta do is comment. And stay tuned for the next bit. We're gonna be putting some new stuff on the motor. New Holley intake, valve covers, oil pan, tons of great parts coming on this thing. We also have to finish up the water pump right here. We're gonna get that and fitting welded on, clean up some of the accessories, get them back on the motor, obviously, matching how good it looks. All right, until next time, I'll talk to everybody soon enough.